Music icon 2Baba was a guest on Nedu's podcast recently, where he made a few remarks that caused serious turbulence across the internet. Let's check out the video. All right, while we're waiting for the video,
I was about to say, why does Two-Face look like Olamide?
well, Two-Face is bald, Yeah, I've got hair.
Don't worry, you'll get there soon.
I've got hair. So,
you'll get there soon.
So, but yeah, I'm sure you guys saw the video of Two-Face and what he said on the podcast, and of course the video he put out after that. Let's check out the video. I think we're ready to take it out.
Well, are you okay?
That's from Nedu, new podcast where he asked Two-Face a couple of questions, and he said men are not built to be with one woman. Tolu, I'm going to put you on the spot on this one.
Okay.
Yes. Do you agree with Two-Face?
Well.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Is Tolu built to be with just one woman?
So it depends. For Two-Face, I'm going to
No, I said Tolu.
well, I'm going to talk generally then now.
Yeah.
So like I always say, who built the man? People, when you talk about maybe building objects, you build them for different purposes. Then when you grow up in a particular way, some people will stay with one woman, not even think of going to another.
Exactly.
But you are talking about somebody that has gone through music, that has gone through the...
Exposed internationally.
Not just internationally, even to all the things that go behind the scene, where you are backstage trying to get on
that.
stage.
You are a filmmaker.
Well, you can't. That statement is very accurate for him.
Okay.
For people that, we have the likes of Davido and Wizkid, and they won't say it the way you just said it. But you can just attach that statement to them too.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. So, let me put it out.
Okay, after he said that, he put out another video on his Instagram where he apologized and talked about what he did and how he felt he didn't do well. Let's quickly check out that video, and then I'm going to put Andre on the spot.
Well, you already know what I'm going to say. So.
This is not me.
All right, you saw that, and it's interesting. We all know Two-Face, great guy, great musician. Some will say he's a legend because of the status he's earned over time.
Yeah.
But there's so much backlash over both, videos. Now, Andre,
Yes,
I'm going to ask you. This is a man who was trying to be as honest as possible.
Yeah.
During the podcast. And then this is a man who's come out to apologize about what he said.
Yeah.
Does that make him guilty?
Not necessarily. You see, he spoke his mind. Like he said, that this is himself. This is his own mindset, right? So let's not crucify him based on his own mindset.
Okay. But why do you think he apologized?
Because of the backlash, obviously. He's an icon, so a lot of people listen to him. Now, don't get it twisted. It is wrong. He's just being promiscuous. That whole concept of one man cannot stay with, that's jargon. Come on now, let's be real. People are looking for excuses to be promiscuous. If they say the same thing, that means the women too
can as well
put
that out. Yeah.
Because if we go biologically in terms of libido and whatnot, for the female it's higher.
Exactly, it's higher. Yeah.
So they can decide to be also promiscuous.
Yeah.
So that's no excuse saying men were about you won't cheat. Cheat. Don't try to use
to his new wife. However, the question is he still technically married to Annie? Gang, I need to ask you on that.
You're asking me like I was in the court when they
I will ask you.
Yeah,
I will ask you.
Okay, I've had the privilege of interviewing Two-Face a couple of years ago on one of my radio shows. And when I tossed a couple of questions to him about, his kids and what all, there was a statement he said that I'll never forget. He said, blessings are blessings.
True that.
You get me? You've been blessed. And he's been blessed with children. He's been blessed with a great career. He's been blessed with his status, you name it.
you know, and I think he speaks from a place of privilege.
Yeah.
In terms of his status and what he is, the icon that he is. A great man on this black table once said, a man is only as faithful as his options.
Oh, I see.
It's easy to be a one-woman man when you don't have the options of having certain things thrown at you, being put to the test. Remember, being a one-woman man started from somewhere. Before that, what was the world? What was the population? How were men and women living? But I think it's wrong for him to make that statement and generalize. The same way women generalize and say all men are this, all men are that. It's wrong for Two-Face to say men can stay faithful.
Yeah.
Men can keep to one woman.
Yeah.
It's a decision you make and you choose to stay that way. For him, it has worked for him. God bless him. He can do all the things he's doing.
It's worked for him?
It's worked for him.
Not necessarily, though.
Because here's the thing.
Worked for him?
The way that's worked for him,
Yeah.
Two-Face is still being discussed in 2025. Do you know how old his career is?
No. In
Apart from that, remember when he was with his kids?
Yeah.
Do you understand? And he was with Annie. Sorry that it didn't work out for Annie, but he's living his life. You think this guy he's all right?
But wait, guys. So Two-Face made a statement, yeah, and that statement backs the type of person he has been over the years.
Oh yeah.
He's notorious for having multiple children by different women.
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
I know somebody that told me that if Two-Face wants to get down today, she's ready.
So
there are women out. Here's the funny thing: there are women out there that are still ready to be with Two-Face. To an extent, he's a victim. To an extent, there's so many women that if they have the opportunity, if they're in the room with Two-Face, they want to know what's up with him, and they're willing to get down. If this marriage, this woman he's with doesn't work now, and another woman comes on, she'll be willing. Women are still willing to get down with Two-Face.
But that's just because of his status.
Exactly.
So what does he now do about it? Does he lock himself in a room and say, I'm not going out there, women there that are...
But you know he can choose to say no though, right?
He can choose to say no, but he chooses to say yes.
He apologized to his wife.
Yes.
Do you think...
Which one of the wives now? The ex or the present one?
I think the new
current
one. The new one.
The current one. We still don't know for a fact if he's legally divorced from...
I think she's a lawyer, so I don't think she would want to dabble into something that is not.
But I mean, there was no statement by both of them, but Two-Face did say "my wife" in the video, and he said that severally across different platforms.
Well, I never did they got married.
Nigeria take 2 years.
Yeah,
it's meant to take about 2 years. So
at least.
We all don't know for sure what the situation is.
Yeah, nobody
Tolu,
knows.
I want to ask you. He made that statement on that podcast. Then he's come out to apologize to his wife. Do you think that takes him off the hook?
I think friends, people close to him should just check on him, because...
Why?
I mean, I'm not saying it's not okay, but I mean, recently we've been hearing a lot of retraction, of statements of, I did this, I didn't do that, I'm not doing it again. I think as a man, before you go out and make a statement, you have thought about it, you are ready to back it up, I'm serious. So if the apology is okay, I didn't say that again, then I think somebody should know that that's really under pressure, either from the current wife, you can't go there embarrassing me. But I think deep within, that's who he is, and that's why he's able to talk about that. And then talking about men and option, I will always say, I mean, no matter what your status is, you find your level. There are organizers with 4 wives. I'm just saying, come on. Yes, I'm not about that though.
Yeah, that's serious.
There are people on the street selling. I mean, outside guys just pushing trucks.
Wives and children,
you get so. I think it's a matter of discipline and what you are ready to do and not do. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Tolu, for that submission. Andre, I do know that I kind of know what you're going to say, and it's really, but I think the viewers wouldn't know. So this whole case here, Two-Face has said something and is retracted and has apologized at the same time.
Okay.
Should it count for something? And do you think people are blowing things overboard, saying that he's got issues? Because there are question marks to his mental health and there are question marks to his status as a Nigerian legend. People are saying that his supposedly new wife has total control over him. Does that make any sense at all?
Again, These are not facts.
Yeah.
Hearsay. We really don't know what exactly is going on. But yes, he made a statement, then he retracted, which means he got a backlash, right? Backlash, either he realized the extent of the statement he made and decided to apologize about it. So we can't really, you see, until you know the facts of the situation, you can't judge. You get me?
Yeah.
And in my profession, you always need to hear from both sides.
The details.
Yeah, you can't just assume because you hear from one party and you just summarize that this is what it is. Yes, he said something. Then he came back to apologize and apologized to his wife, which means what he said caused a controversy at home.
Yeah.
If you are not a polygamous person and then you're trying to enforce that on her, you see the mix up.
Exactly. There should have been some form of
you
agreement,
communicate
difficult
if you want
conversation
to,
if one
you
can
know
say
that, okay, you know what, I'm getting married to you,
But
and
this
I'm
is
going
who
to
I am.
have,
Yes.
let that be stated.
Then the woman would choose.
She will choose. So
Like,
at that
okay, I
point,
can
she
be
has
with
a
you
choice.
for this reason.
Yes.
Or not.
But when that is, but when that is thrown at you,
Yeah.
of course, a lot of things will happen. Hence the backlash.
Sorry, Andre.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
Andre, we need to listen.
It's 2025. A woman chooses to be with Two-Face and expects him to be a one-woman man. Please.
Come on.
You
You get where I'm coming from? Scott,
But I think he's currently trying to be a one.
listen.
One.
He should start. He has
Okay,
already.
you know, guys.
Listen, that's the
we,
back.
we,
Listen.
the phone lines are open and we have
Listen.
Nicholas calling for
unrealistic
Ori.
expectations.
Of course, wants to give us his thoughts on what we're talking about. Hello, Nicholas. Good evening. Nicholas, can you hear me? Okay, while we're waiting to connect with Nicholas, gang, you were saying.
Yeah. So first of all, Two-Face, your PR sucks. Obviously, he doesn't have PR. He doesn't have people that coach him and tell him you're not supposed to speak, you're not supposed to go here, you're not supposed to say this, and just coach him into how to present certain things.
Yeah.
The statements he has made basically is in the face of his so-called new wife. That is, if I step outside, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be with just one woman, which she should already have known because of his track record.
I mean,
You get where I'm coming from?
proclivities.
So he's already shown you this is who I am. So if you decide to be with him, which Annie did, and she accepted him, that's
Did
the
she?
Yes, she did.
She did.
Did she though?
She did.
But they are separated now, right?
They are now.
Okay. So
And so it's very. We're talking about Two-Face because he's the star in this.
Yeah.
If we look at the women in his lives, what are they going through?
Exactly.
They accepted this man for who he was.
Yeah.
They knew this is what he was, and they still accepted it. The new wife, I'm not saying she should wait and see, but come on. Call a spade a spade.
But you know, this is all assumptions, though. How are you sure that she actually accepted him for who he is?
Yeah.
Because
It
she's
might-
with him now.
It might be. No, I'm talking about his ex now. And it might have been that, okay, once I'm married to this guy, you know, we've been through a journey together. Once I'm married to this guy, he would, you know, see me for who I am
And then might
and
change.
try to change. Again, unrealistic expectations.
And
but
Andre, if you've seen some of the reality shows they've been on,
yes.
if you've been in the industry and you know their history,
Oh, of course.
The
you
writing
would
is on the
actually
wall.
see that, you know, God bless Annie. I know for a woman it's not easy going through what she's going
Oh, yeah.
through. You can see the level of acceptance that she decided to be with this man regardless.
And the level of hurt also.
Yes, and the level of hurt
And
and,
that
betrayal
comes with,
and betrayal that she feels.
Yes.
But at the same time, nobody's saying she was a perfect person
Yeah.
and didn't put certain pressures on him as a man and a husband.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from?
Of course.
So he's the one that has decided to move on and be with someone else.
Well, we still haven't heard anything from Annie. And on that
Exactly.
note,
Yes.
we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll talk about our main topic tonight, the Wheel of Fire, which is remarriage in 2025, especially for single fathers and single mothers. It's still
Single
the Black
malt
Table,
liquor.
the ultimate men's guide, and we will see you right after this break.